Good afternoon and welcome to Presbyterian Park. In beautiful Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, for this afternoon's game between the Milwaukee Dutchmen and our Pittsburgh Presbyterians. At this time, let us introduce the starting lineup for the visiting Milwaukee Dutchmen. Batting first, the shortstop, number 28, Ben Stramplerson. Correction, number 10, Ben Stramplerson. Batting second, the center fielder, number 45, Chesty Squiders. Batting third, the catcher, number 4, Booty Cooks. Batting fourth, the right fielder, number 28, Bustles Muxon. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 59, Joey Bread. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 9, Dash Buckman. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 27, Venus Jackson. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 46, Boys Hardin. And batting ninth, the pitcher, number 30, Con Ruthelson. And let us make some noise for the home side, Pittsburgh Presbyterians. The second baseman, number 15, Jimmy Soup Cutlets. The left fielder, number 27, Welt Boopard. The third baseman, number 16, Pope Lactavius III. The catcher, number 24, Shrewd Bland. The first baseman, number 14, Zimbabwe. The center fielder, number 11, Spray Bradley. The shortstop, number 4, Bill Scottish. The right fielder, number 7, Condom Funnel. And the starting pitcher taking the mound, number 55, Ivory Trinkets. Pittsburgh, let us rise and greet our team as they take the field and play ball.
Hi, good afternoon to you all. My name is Chuckroast. This is KDKA, the pioneer radio station of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and these grand United States. Label! And we welcome you to today's game between the Milwaukee Dutchmen and the Pittsburgh Presbyterians, the second game of the series of 3 games in a row. Both teams sitting at 8-8, a perfect 500 record to get things started. And Ben Stramplerson pops that one out into foul territory to Pope Lactavius III for out number 1. This is Chesty Squiders facing Ivory Trinkets, the ace of the Presbyterians. Only 1-2 so far this season, has 12 strikeouts, 4.6 ERA, and that is Shrewd Bland with the second catch for the second out. Here is Booty Cooks, who is playing catcher today. He swings at the first one. And that should be an easy play for Pope Lactavius III. Throws in time to Zimbabwe and a 1-2-3 inning to get things started. Taking the mound today for the Milwaukee Dutchmen is Con Ruthelson, who's had a struggling start to the season. He's 0-2 with a 5.92 ERA. And he faces Jimmy Soup Cutlets, grounds out Dash Buckman playing second base today. Next up is Welt Boopard, batting .262 this season so far. And he's going to make contact with that one right to the glove of Chesty Squiders. Out number 2. Bring up Pope Lactavius III. Lactavius' batting average is .278 so far this season. He faces a 1-1 count, and that's going to squeak by Ben Stramplerson playing shortstop today. It's fielded by Chesty Squiders, and Lactavius is on with a single. It is hit number 16 for Pope Lactavius III. And Shrewd Bland is going to drop this one right into the glove of Chesty Squiders at the warning track. And a 469 average for Bland. Not enough to keep the inning alive for the Presbyterians. After one, it is no score. Bustles Muxin starts things off against Ivory Trinkets. Already worked himself into an 0-2 count with a couple of foul balls. That one is foul yet again. Get the feeling that this is one of those games that both pitchers could really use a good outing, as Trinkets lets that one go and it gets right past Lactavius. It's going to be extra bases. Fielded by Bupa, it is a stand-up double for Bustles Muxin, who's been batting .279. That is his third double of the season. And coming up next is Joey Bread, who is going to, in one pitch, line it right out to Lactavius. The throw to try to catch Muxin off the bag is not in time, and it's one out with Dash Buckman. Buckman is going to hit that one, finding the gap. It's going to bounce off the very low wall in left field. It's going to score one run, and Buckman is going to be on second, and it is 1-0 to Milwaukee. That is the second RBI for Buckman this season. He's not had a lot of at-bats. 18 at-bats. Batting .222, and Venus Jackson's going to keep the chain going with a single, moving Buckman to third. And this brings up Boys Harden, who is playing first base with Booty Cooks at the backup catcher role today. Harden is batting .222 as well. And oh my goodness, that is a diving attempt at a catch from Shrewd Bland. I think he may have just gone headfirst into his own dugout almost. And well, Harden is going to continue this going. It is now going to be 2-0 with a single that has brought home Dash Buckman. With one out, here is Con Ruffelson. RBI number 2 for Harden as well. And it's going to be a strikeout of Ruffelson. He was striking out looking. And top of the order with Stramplison, and that should be easily fielded by Trinket to retire the side. Stranding 2, but 2 runs score on 4 hits. Here in the bottom of the second. And the Presbyterians already find themselves behind of a score of 2-0. And here is Zimbabwe, bottom of the second. Zimbabwe is batting .455. That's going to be an opening single for him. That is hit number 31 already for Mr. Zimbabwe this season. Part of that 3 in a row of batsmen. Spray Bradley the third, shoot around the first, and that's going to be an easy fancy. No, he runs it out. It's a fielder's choice for Spray Bradley. And we go to Bale Scottish playing shortstop today. Scottish has been batting .371, so he's found his way into that lineup, moving Jimmy Super Cutlets to second base and keeping Purple Octavius the third at third. Scottish has the ability to play third as well, but he's going to be on with a single, seventh in the lineup. That is hit number 14 for Mr. Scottish. And Condom Funnel. Presky is going well. He's going to actually line it right out to the glove of Venus Jackson for out number 2. And here we go to the pitcher spot. Ivory Trinkets pops that one high up into the air. It looks like it should be an easy catch. Yes, Booty Cooks gets under it. It is the end of the inning. That will strand 2 runners and make it still 2-0. No runs scored in the bottom of the second. And Milwaukee takes it up again with Chesty Squiders. Facing Trinket so far. Chesty Squiders batting .329 so far this season. He's batted in 16 runs already, so he is very much one of those outs you want to get. And it's not too bad to find him to face him in the beginning of an inning, because again, he can only do the damage of himself, and they get him at first. Good, Dale Scottish with that grab. And of course, the throw to Zimbabwe. Booty Cooks is going to pop this one up into foul territory. Shrewd Bland easily gets under it for out number 2. Here is Bustles Muxin. First pitch is outside for ball 1. That is going to go foul. 1-1 the count. He's been batting 279 all season. He's 13 runs batted in, 5 home runs. He finds himself in that cleanup role, but he is going to strike out swinging and bring an end to another 1-2-3 inning for the Dutchmen. So again, Pittsburgh has a chance to get back into this one with Jimmy Soup Cutlets. We're at the top of the order for the Presbyterians. Take strike one. That one is going to be popped up into the air. Is it going to still be in play? No, it's going to hit the top of the dugout. Cutlets is hit 10 runs batted in. He is hitting 379. That's going to be extra bases for Cutlets to get things started. His first hit of the game, and he's starting in with a double. But with Welt Boopa to the plate, no outs is a good chance to move some runners a bit, maybe get on yet again. It is popped high up into the air and out of play. A 2-2 count right now for the... And what a grab! Dash! Buckman diving onto that one. But I must say, I think that catch is worth a salt. And it's brought to you by Salt, the seasoning craze that is sweeping the nation. On menus nationwide, spreading the word. You can try it on anything. Just follow the deer, and you're sure to find Salt. Octavius III is second single of the game. He's 2 for 2. And he is on first with Cutlets to third. 1 out, and that should be an easy strapless to Hardin. Fancy Dan to end the inning. Running the runners and keeping this game at a 2-0 score after 3. With Milwaukee back up to the plate through Joey Bread. And Brett's going to get things started with a single to open up the top of the fourth, finding the hits off of Ivory Trinkets. That is already hit number 5 today for the Dutchmen. I'm about to dash Buckman. He opened the scoring with that RBI double. That brought home Bustles Muxon. And he's going to record out number 1 here is Venus Jackson. He's into foul territory, but Condon Funnel's able to get under it for out number 2. And it keeps the runner, Joey Bread, at second base. Back to Boys Hardin, whose single brought home the second run of the game. He's going to outrun the throw. It was a bit lackadaisical from Bale Scottish, and now with 2 outs and the pitcher spot, Boys Hardin is now on with a single, his second single of the day, and Con Woolson, who struck out looking in the first inning, is going to strike out a second time, that one swinging. And so no run scored by the Dutchmen there, and with Jim Barbway up to the plate, facing Con Woolson already into the 4th inning, and so again, we're trying, these pitches need to go a bit longer, I think, this time, and that's going to be caught by Chester Spiders, giving Jim Barbway responsibility for out number 1. Here is Spray Bradley. And I will say, between Shrewd Bland and Spray Bradley and Jim Barbway, that meat of the order, now in the 4, 5, 6 slots, the Dutchmen have done a pretty good job of containing them. I say that just as Bradley hits a single up the center. So again, so far that part of the lineup is 2 for 6. So not the worst, but they haven't really capitalized on it. Here is Bale Scottish, who's going to hit right to Boys Hardin. Throw is not in time, and it's actually dropped, and that's going to be an error that Bale Scottish is going to reach on. So I don't think that will be reported as a hit. But it is very fortunate for the Presbyterians, as with 1 out. Here is Condom Funnel. He's batted in 7 runs so far, and that's going to be right to Venus Jackson, and it's going to be a fancy Dan to end the inning. Well, the run was short-lived. Still no score. for the Presbyterians as they face a game-for-it fielding side that is the Milwaukee Dutchmen. You can see with Dash Buckman in there. That infield is very, very tough to get by. And what a jumping catch by Bale. Scottish to get Ben Walsh-Ramplison. Catch is worth a salt, I must say.
Steer right.
We'll get to that live read in just a second as Chesty Squiders. Ooh, he's chased off the plate right there.
Steer right.
Squiders, again batting .329 going into today's game, and he's going to strike out swinging. 0 for 3, the opening two batsmen for Milwaukee. Booty Cooks is 0-2, so the top of the batting order for Milwaukee, not really getting it done in any sort of sense of the word. That is strike one. That's going to hit, it's going to hit Ivory Trinkets right square in the chest and send him down. It does end the inning, however, with the out recorded, but Mr. Trinkets does not look like he is in a good way at the moment. We're going to go ahead and see how that is. Yes, it looks like a pinch hitter as he was intended to go and take the plate. Froth loins coming in as Mr. Trinkets is in extreme pain, as I can imagine so. But you hate to see an injury like that, and we have to worry about Mr. Ivory Trinkets. As Froth Loins is now on with a single. Second hit for Froth Loins this season, and we're going to keep things going. Jimmy Soup Cutlets is on with a single as well to make his day 2 for 3. This is Con Wilson throwing 44 pitches, and he gets Welch Booper swinging. An 0 for 3 day for Welch Booper. However, Pope Lactavius III is 2 for 2 today with singles. Pops that one up on the first pitch. It should be an easy play, and Venus Jackson gets under it. Bring up Shrewd Bland 0 for 2 today. He left that bat. He hit into a double play to end the inning. That was in the third. Bottom of the fifth, this one. Bland is going to pop it up right to Lucas. He is being blanked today. That is a very surprising in the best of ways. Well, Warden Lobster seems to be coming in for Froth Loins, as Ivory Trinkets will have to get some treatment for the pain he is enduring. Is Bustles Muxin. Warden Lobster. Warden Lobster has actually 2-0 today this season. 3.52 is his ERA. He's made appearances in 8 games, on average about 2 innings, and he's going to get Bustles Muxin striking out. Well, he's not much of a strikeout pitcher. That is only his second strikeout of the season. Getting Bustles Muxin, and perhaps he can maintain some semblance of a game to be tied together for the Presbyterians, as Joey Brad will single that one right to center field and spray Bradley. Bring up Dash Buckman, 1-2 today. And that should be an easy one to Scottish to throw to Bobway. A Fancy Dan double play to end the inning. Brought to you by Fancy Dan. Follicle products put more fop in your quaff with Fancy Dan. You can try their assortment of styling salves, hair lubricants, crimping powder, of course, and gelatin-based hair treatments. It is the widest array of assorted follicle products, because why be a Mitchell when you can be a Fancy Dan?
Inside.
Bottom of the sixth, you're listening to KDKA. My name is Steve Chuckroast. This is KDKA, Pittsburgh Radio and Presbyterian Radio, as the Presbyterians are down 2-0. 1 out into this bottom of the sixth. That was Jim Bobway popping that one out. This is Spray Bradley, who is 1 for 2 today. with a single in the 4th inning.
Outside.
Presbyterians are down 2-0 in this hotly contested 3-game series between them and the Milwaukee Dutchmen. Both teams going into today at 8-8 in this early part of the season, so batting .500 across the board.
Steer right.
And with 2 outs, it's Bale Scottish. Bale Scottish reached on an error his last at bat in the 4th. He had a single in the 2nd. So he's found his way to the base, to first base, both times, working that count of Woodlson, who's through 6.
Strike 3 out.
And he's going to get him with the strikeout. That is strikeout number 2 today for Con Woodlson. And at the top of the 7th, still no score for the Presbyterians. Milwaukee's 2 runs scored in the 2nd inning. Very much holding up, and it is Venus Jackson who's going to hit it high and far into industry. It's into the 2nd level of the visiting bullpen. Well, that had some distance on it. To industry. That is home run number 1 for Venus Jackson this season. It's hit off of Warden Lobster, and it is now 3-0 for the Milwaukee Dutchmen in this game against the Pittsburgh Presbyterians. 1-2 the count for Boys Harden, who's 2 for 2 today with singles. He did bat 1 in. So he had 9 at-bats prior to today. He's batting .222 going into it. Will definitely be much improved. 4 for 11, I think, it would put him in the 300-something category. However, that's going to now make it 4 for 12. I can do that one. I believe that's 333 for Mr. Harden. Still tries to find his way into this lineup regularly. Wilkerson, the pitcher, will ground it right to Jimmy Soup Cutlets. The throw to Bob Way and tie. We're back to the top of the order. It is Ben Walk Stramplison who's been blanked. The opening 3 batsmen for Milwaukee, 0 for 9 today. And that's going to be 0 for 10 with Stramplison grounding that one out. So the opportunities to blank Milwaukee are there. But unfortunately, it does not look like it is doing much for the offense. And Hoon McMunch coming in for Ben Walk Stramplison.
No.
A fielding change, very interesting.
Steer
You
right.
see this here in the bottom of the 7th with Con Woodlson still on the mound. He's at 66 pitches. And that will be Hoon throwing it. Or was that, beg pardon, I think that was Jackson throwing it. To get Tandem Funnel, and now Nab Obata. It's that first one foul. Swings it strike 2. Nab Obata is batting .267 this season. 4 runs batted in. Kind of in the odd man out as he flies that one out to Chesty Squires for out number 2. We are back to the top of the order with Jimmy Soup Cutlets. 2 for 3 today. It's going to be 2 for 4 as he grounds that one right to Venus Jackson. Will retire the side. So we are into the top of the 8th inning. And it is now Boat Velocidad coming into relief for Warden Lobster. Facing Chesty Squires on the first at-bat, and that's going to be caught in center field by Spray Bradley. Bring up Booty Hooks. Boat Velocidad 0-1 this season. He's got a ERA of 8.38. He's only pitched 9 2/3 innings. He does have a save on his record, and he's made appearances in 6 games so far. Oh, and he takes one right to the gut, my word! Oh, that's the second one this game, and this is not looking good for the pitching of the... Oh, and Jig Fligglestead is already going to have to come in for Boat Velocidad. Fligglestead potentially not getting any sort of rest as he came in earlier into the... Oh my word, well it's just getting worse and worse as it would seem for the Presbyterians. And their pitching lineup. And we can only hope that they will be both okay and come back to Well, we have a good bit of a bright spot here. True Industry, a solo shot. And I believe that is home run number 3 for Welt Boopa, as he makes this 3-1 and gives a little bit of life breathed into this game, as Conwellson is still pitching 76 pitches. That's the first one. It's ball 1 to Hook Lactavius, and Lactavius is going to be on with another single, his third hit today, and he is on with a third single. And that will do it for Woothelson. Beth Factory coming in for late relief.
No, hi.
He faced Shrewd Bland at Factory. No results this season. But he's going to let Shrewd Bland hit into a Fancy Dan double play, which is very important, as it is obviously holding the result at this point needs the hold. Can bring in Boot Hooges for the close if necessary. But Beth Factory has been a closer for Leighton Park in the National League. 8 appearances in 12 games, 3 saves in such, and will get the Dutchmen out of that inning. So top of the 9th, and Jig Fliggleston faces Joey Red.
Steer right.
And that's going to be Joey Bread dropping that one right into center field. It'll be a double, the first extra base hit for Bread, and he is now 3 for 2 today. He's double number 5 this season for Joey Bread. And Dash Muckman hits it right through the legs of Jake Fliggleston. It's recovered by Bradley. The throw to home is caught. And they got Joey Bread at home. And it preserves the 3-1 scoreline. However, it's going to be followed up by hitting Beanish Jackson in the ankle. That is an unfortunate circumstance. You see the tip of the cap from Fliggleston.
That's a strike.
As he faces Boys Harden, who has had a 3-day. That's going to be an easy one, and he tries to get it. The recovery time was not enough, and it is a single for Boys Harden. He's now 3 for 4 today. The bases are in fact loaded with Beth Factory, who will be staying in this game to try to get the...
Steer right.
I suppose it'll be a save situation. And it's going to be right to Bobway, to Scottish, over to Fliggleston, a Fancy Dan to end the inning. So, a Fancy Dan brought to you by Fancy Dan Follicle Products. Put more pop in your pop with Fancy Dan and their assortment of styling salves, gelatin-based hair treatments, crimping powder, and of course, hair lubricant. Why be a Mitchell when you can be a Fancy Dan? Well, Beth Factory takes the mound to try to get the close and the final 3 outs of this game. He gets out number 1 of Spray Bradley already. Bring up Bale Scottish.
Outside.
2 outs to go for the Presbyterians to try to get something from this game.
Outside.
You know the count. Factory again from Leighton Park. Lowlanders, as that's going to be it's going to drop into the outfield, and it looks like, Bale Scottish is going to slide into second. So again, that puts a runner on. And Condom Funnel now represents at the plate the tying run with 1 out.
Hi.
First pitch is inside, ball 1. That is foul, 1-1 the count.
Outside.
That is foul. Beth Factory has been moved into the bullpen for the Dutchmen, as Wood Hooges is the go-to closer, but Factory has the closing ability as well, as he has filled up the count on batsman
Take your
Conham Funnel, and he's going to walk Funnel, so that has now moved the tying run to first. Fliggleston is going to come out for Og McQuaid.
High.
Og McQuaid, a pinch hitter, hitting .400 this season, 5 RBIs, 2 home runs, and he's going to run out into a fielder's choice, so that's going to put 2 outs. Runners on first and third with Jimmy Soup Cutlets. Who's going to hit this one? Is it possible? It's a walk-off to Industry to win the game. Jimmy Soup Cutlets, third hit of the game, blows the save for Beth Factory and hits home run number 3 for him this season. And the Pittsburgh Presbyterians walk off with a 4-3 victory over the Milwaukee Dutchmen. It was the bat of Jimmy Soup Cutlets. My word, what an exciting conclusion. You didn't think that Pittsburgh's bats had it in them until this very end, when they just started to string it together. They needed to get Con Wuthelsson out of this game. And through injuries to pitchers, they seem to have somehow struck together this win. The final score, the bottom of the 9th, did it for them. The Milwaukee Dutchmen, 3 runs off 11 hits with 1 error. Pittsburgh Presbyterians, victorious, 4 runs off 12 hits with no errors. What a game that was. Jimmy Soup Cutlets with the game-winning 3-run home run. Compliments well to Bupa, who hit the solo home run in the 8th inning. And the winning pitcher is going to be Jig Fliggleston, so no result for both Trinkets and Wuthelsson in this one. As Trinkets and Warden Lobster, and Bode Velocidad both coming out with injuries. We certainly hope the best for them. We see if they will receive treatments, and if the treatments will take, or if we want to talk about the alternatives. It's very scary to have one of your pitchers suffer an injury like that, to have 2, and to see the teams claw back and make that sort of recovery is very much commendable. So it's very nice to see Jig Fliggleston get the win. Factory, of course, that's the first loss on the Beth Factory list. Jig Fliggleston, 1-0. So there you go. And we thank our friends at the Honeywheat Tobacco Company, bringing you hand-rolled cigarettes grown in the fabled tobacco roads of the Carolinas. They bring us the finest dandies of the day in this game. The third finest dandy is Con Wuthelsson, the opposing pitcher. We'll bully to him for that. Going 7 innings, 2 strikeouts, only 1 earned run, for, of course, giving it up to his relievers, who did fail to maintain that lead. Venus Jackson is the second finest dandy of the day, going 2 for 3 with a home run. But the finest dandy of the day, well, who else could it be but Jimmy Soup Cutlets, going 3 for 5, and the game-winning home run to go with the walk-off that brought home all 3 runs to give the win. Jimmy Soup Cutlets is given a complimentary carton of honey wheat cigarettes for being this, the finest dandy of the day, brought to you by the Honeywheat Tobacco Company, reminding you as always to smoke wheat every day. Well, that is quite the way to continue this series. We didn't want to speak a lot about the 17-3 loss that Presbyterians had 2 days prior, but I must say that is a very different Presbyterian team that we saw today, and they will continue as this series will come to its conclusion tomorrow. Taking the mound for both sides, Corneal Abrasion takes the mound for the Presbyterians, as Donut Chuckworth is given the ball for Milwaukee. That's, of course, much to talk about, and that is tomorrow's game. But that concludes our broadcast for the time being here on KDKA. My name is Steve Chuckroast. We'll return to the music on Pittsburgh's only home for the Pittsburgh Presbyterians, and of course, America's oldest radio station, KDKA. So that is it for us. The game has ended. Go in peace.